Welcome to the Global Philanthropy Forum 2020. Hello, everyone. I'm Philip Yun, CEO of World Affairs. Over the next 3 days, we have philanthropists and social entrepreneurs alike living in Latin America, Africa, Europe, Asia, North America. They're crafting inventive solutions to climate change. And these amazing people will give you perspectives and insights.
Humans have tried to dominate nature, and that is a big mistake. Nature has to be treated as an equal, and you have to live with nature and live by the laws of nature. Otherwise, nature will get mad and will react.
Crises have now converged. We didn't ask for the convergence of the health crisis, the economic crisis, the biodiversity crisis, the climate crisis, and the social inequity crisis. They have converged, and hence it is our responsibility to make the solutions converge.
Because we have one thing in common. We all depend from the nature, and we know that we depend from this earth, and we have a duty to respect those land territories and resources.
I think we cannot, strive to bring transformational change in the world if our own organizations are not also stepping up to the plate and transforming ourselves.
Yeah, well, I think you said it so powerfully, is that we are seeing the intersection of racial, gender, economic, social justice and injustice, and that we must act upon it, and we have a moral imperative.
I think we've gotten very good when we talk about environmental justice as seeing many environmental issues as also being civil rights issues, but it goes the other way too.
While serving at the United Nations, I have been urging the world leaders, listen to the voices of the people, what their challenges and aspirations are.
We've been made to feel like this isn't a crisis, this isn't a challenge. And then the youth leadership comes in and says, no, this is an emergency, this is a crisis, this is a disaster, and you must treat it as a crisis. So I think youth leadership is really important because they speak truth to power.
This is our future, and the adults are the ones that brought us here. So I think it's important to have the people who are most impacted and are going to be most impacted leading the fight. And so for me, that means not only young people, but that means everyone who's been marginalized and silenced in the world to be our leaders.
What we do, and especially now with COVID, what we do with our natural resources matters, but we need to have the technical support that is necessary to make that transition.
Philanthropy can do a lot in helping to support projects for resilience, projects for food systems, for nature-based solutions, for women-led projects.
I do think there's some really bold examples of what philanthropists have been doing. We're seeing more spend-down foundations, we're seeing innovative financing, and I certainly encourage foundations to look into that.
And so, you asked the question earlier, what can philanthropy do? The answer is not pay for it, because no philanthropy, even the biggest, have the resources to do that. But if we can inspire partnership, if we can inspire collective action, if we can take some risk out of the equation, if we can get people at the table together and saying, no matter what your politics or your backgrounds are or the industry you represent, can you be part of trying to, put your thumb on the scale of justice in this moment, then we will have done, something worthwhile.
It's about a matter of the heart. It's about what do citizens aspire to? And for heaven's sake, we've not been heading in the right direction, have we?
If you understand the problem, you understand the solutions, and you understand who it affects, that's actually not enough to fix this problem, because we know all that and we're not doing enough. So you have to understand what's going to motivate people to do something.
How about people seeing this as something that benefits them and benefits their children and their future and their well-being and so forth? Because that is really where we're going to get the kind of community and global uptake of people wanting to, in a sense, benefit the future in terms of climate change. But it has to be about their current human needs.
There are multiple routes to solving this problem. We can't be sure which one will work. We need to cover a lot of bases, and we can't possibly cover all those bases with the amount of resources that we have now. So we need you all to step in to a meaningful extent, but not to the extent that you have to surrender the other work that you're doing, just like we're doing.
The most important thing an individual can do, and this goes, I think, for foundations too, is be a little less of an individual. Join together with others in movements big enough to make a difference, and we've never needed it more.